couple of days of watching this debacle with Jerry Brownlee, I tried to think and do some research into how best to describe Mr Brownlee, and I could do no better than the Christchurch Press. I look back, oh how the mighty sir have fallen. If you look back at the 9th of May last year, Mr Brownlee there's a headline, Jerry on the job. Jerry on the job, right? And Mr Brownlee was described as the Ireland MP who is the third most powerful politician in New Zealand. The third most powerful politician. The might, the glory, the influence. And then as I sort of thumbed through, sir, the article, I wanted, jealously the member said, hell no, not after the last couple of days, I've got to say. And I looked at, and in this article in the back it says, what others say about Mr Brownlee. And I looked, and the first quote was from a guy called David Henderson in Christchurch. Now, some Canterbury members may know this guy. He is fighting off bankruptcy day after day after day as a property developer as we speak. I'm told by reliable sources he is the best mate of Jerry Brownlee, and here's what Mr Henderson said, a business person which I know the National Party and the ACT Party admires. Mr Henderson said, quote, it was about Mr Brownlee, a nice guy but completely useless. I'll repeat it. A nice guy, but completely useless. And that, sir, Jerry on the job, is what his mates say about him. Well, I've got to say, sir, I disagree. There is no egg on Jerry's face. It would not last long enough, especially if it was fried. I have to say, sir, it would not last long enough. But what you've had demonstrated over the last couple of days is Jerry Brownlee, who wanted to put not a line in the sand, she's a trench in the sand, she's quicksand in the cabinet, wanted to make his mark on history, went out like the veritable political blunderbuss that he is and said, we're going to dig big holes in places no one wants us to do that. We are going to dig up gold. There is gold in them there hills. This is going to happen, reinforced by his Prime Minister, who was pot-riveted to this policy, pot-riveted to it, and then, was it yesterday or the day before, Jerry was stuck out on the pole, a big one, I grant you that, stuck out on the pole at the press conference, aided and abetted by the ghost that walks, Kate Wilkinson, the person who never fronts on the hard stuff. Ask her about the cut in GP services in Rangiora, nowhere to be seen on that, agrees with it, but we'll get to that in due time. Stuck out there, said absolutely nothing, wouldn't front it, and it has been a complete debacle from start to finish. I say this as David Parker did. Where is the aspiration? Where is the step change? Where is the great plan and economic development vision for New Zealand? I know we had one and we delivered on it through 9 years in government, and the employment rates proved it and the economic growth proved it. But where is the words we heard before the election? Aspiration. Where is Jerry Brownlee now? I feel a bit sorry for him. He's stuck out there. He's got to huff and puff and stamp his feet and try and tell everybody that he listened. Try and tell everybody, sir, that he listened. Well, I say this. If this is now a listening, reformed, reinvented National Party, well, why don't they say this to the 72%, say, in my electorate on $40,000 or less a year who get a meagre tax cut, then it's negated by 2.5% inflation, then it's negated by 2.5% GST, then it's negated by 5.9% inflation, and they're worse off by 30 to 50 bucks a week. If there's such now a listening, reformed, reinvented, and very silent government, will they back down on that? Will they reverse that policy? If they find, as we have, and I have constituents in my patch who've borne the brunt of it, that the 90-day expansion will put the sword not only into young people, but how's a person, for instance, in a job who wants to go to a promotion in a new job, are they going to take a risk on a 90-day deal as opposed to a bird in a hand, a permanent job? If that proves to be correct, which it will they back down on that? Will they U-turn on that? Oh no. Are they a listening government, I ask you? Oh no. There is no plan at all articulated by Mr Key. From 70 jobs on a cycleway to a 2025 task force that was dead, buried, assassinated, nailed to the ground within 24 hours of it bringing out its recommendations. And we're still paying for it, according to my colleague. Where is the plan? I asked Kate Wilkinson, who got up and did her usual and sort of told us a few stories here and there about certain people she talked to who might have supported the 90-day bill. Did she articulate a plan? No. Did Jerry Brownlee articulate a plan? No. But there is certainly egg on the faces of these people. It has been a debacle from start to finish. There's only one reason why they backed down, because the people of New Zealand revolted against them on that policy.
Jonathan Young.